Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know for a fact you were sweating balls all day long after yesterday's Morgan Stanley report. Palantir was down nearly 10%, ending the day down 9%. I know you were sweating. You, for sure, 100%. But at the end of the day, Palantir did okay. They ended up finishing today at $15.15, which made them up 1.3% for the day. And even though they were down yesterday 9%, they're actually up 3.6% for the week. They're down 21% for the month, so it sucks if you bought exactly a month ago. But for 3 months, they're up 4.8%. Year to date, 130%. 1 year, 90%. 9%. And if you go all the way to the max, Palantir is actually up 51%. Despite what people are going to make you try to believe, despite all the noise, despite all the haters within the Palantir community, outside of the Palantir community, and from every single direction, north, south, west, and east, Palantir is actually doing well. Palantir is actually up. This is not my imagination. This is a fact. Some people will have you believe that most people that bought into Palantir bought in at $45 a share, but that's not the case, or $20 a share. That's not the case. Most people in the Palantir community actually DCA down, and I don't have an actual number for you, and I don't have an actual average for you, but most people that I speak to are actually green when it comes to Palantir, including myself. So the noise, the rah-rah about Palantir, shitty, and people are losing money. No, people are actually making money with Palantir. And it's interesting because people don't want to notice this. The craziest thing that happened, Morgan Stanley comes out with this crazy report saying that they have a bear case scenario, a base case scenario, and a bull case scenario of $4, $9, and $20 in 2028. The same day yesterday, Cathie Wood buys 670,000 shares of Palantir worth north of $10 million. But the craziest shit, the last 13F of Morgan Stanley that they filed, they had to file a 13F to state how much they own of what, whether they're increasing or decreasing. It comes out that they own 270 million shares. I'm sorry, $270 million worth of Palantir, or nearly 18 million shares. Pretty crazy. But the actual craziest shit is that back in May when they filed the 13F, they actually had around 11 million shares. So they increased their stake in Palantir in the course of 3 months, just 2 weeks ago when the report was filed, by 56%. And you might say, well, Adam, that's absolutely crazy. Are they manipulating the market? And to this, I'm going to say, I don't know. I have no accusations. I just call it as it is, and I'm giving you the numbers and the facts. But I'm going to give you an even crazier shit than this when it comes to Morgan Stanley. So shout out to Chad Palantard. I'm going to show you his Twitter in just a moment. And he makes a post that was on the Reddit Palantir community. And the post is from 2021, and you would not even freaking believe this. There's a report from Morgan Stanley that also has a bear case, a base case, and a bull case for Palantir. It's absolutely absurd, guys. So check this out. Yesterday's report had a $4, $9, and $20. The report in 2021, 2 years ago, has a bear case of $11. And a base case of $24, and a bull case of $50. Meanwhile, Palantir, by all measures, is a better company today than it was in 2021. Morgan Stanley is talking about Palantir is all AI hype today, but it wasn't AI hype before AI was a hype back in 2021, talking about a base case of $24 by 2027, and now their base case by 2028 is $9. Like, bro, are you absolutely freaking crazy? It's mind-boggling, guys. It's absolutely freaking mind-boggling what currently is happening with Morgan Stanley and how they put out these two different reports. Let me show you the report from 2021. And again, I wanted to give a huge, huge shout out to Chad Palantir, who without him, I wouldn't have seen this. So this is Chad Palantir. Definitely check him out. It's at Palantir Chad. For sure, check him out. He's a champion of the community. He always puts out some mad funny posts. 100% you have to check him out. And he put this out earlier. It's no longer on his page. I don't know where it went, but I'm going to read it regardless. Let's just make this a little bit bigger, shall we? This is the post right here. Price target of $24. Our base case assumes revenue growth of 25% compound annual growth rate, driving $6 billion in revenue at scale. Bear case, $11. Base case, $24. Bull case, $50. And they came out with their entire thesis up until 2027. But now their bear case is $4, their base case is $9, and their bull case is $20. Guys, there's something very, very wrong here. It seems like maybe when Morgan Stanley was super, super bullish, they were buying a shit ton of Palantir. Palantir started taking off, and Morgan Stanley ends up adding 50% more shares of Palantir. And they've been buying this entire time, trading it up and down, up and down. But something is very, very weird here. Now, let's read the report a little bit better, shall we? This is the first page of the report. Third quarter of 2021 results. Solid growth, but signs of slowing underneath the hood. While revenue growth of 36% and guidance calling for 4% point to a well-performing business, a slowdown in core revenue and commercial growth coupled with a sharper slowdown in government opens up the debate on durability. Okay. Palantir delivered another beat versus consensus, so I understand that they were super bullish on Palantir back in 21. When they had these really tremendous numbers. But a lot of just tremendous numbers, if you looked under the hood, was coming from SPACs. I explained this the other day when I made the video. My question is, if you are already saying that there's signs of slowing down over here, and then you come out with a bear case of $11, how is it possible that your bear case of $11 now becomes $4 and your base case is $9? So wouldn't your bear case still be $11 if you are already projecting that Palantir is going to slow down? I don't understand that. That's so weird. On a closer look, operating margin of 30%, well ahead of estimated looking for 22%. Cash flow from operations 109, up nearly 300% year over year. Outperformance on those fronts also extends to guidance calling for revenue growth of 30% year over year in fourth quarter. Now, I get it. They're tight. They're mad. We were supposed to get 30% year over year growth. Alex Karp said this many times. He projected for this many times, and it was on the slides and decks of Palantir. And now we're getting 13% growth last quarter with a projected 16% growth year over year. I get it. It's slowing down. But we can still reach 30% growth in 2025. It's possible, not through, but in 2025, if we find a way to monetize AIP, which they believe we might not be able to monetize AIP. And then they go into a bunch of different numbers. Large deal metrics show stability. In the third quarter, Palantir signed 54 deals over $1 million, of which 33 were greater than $5 million, and 18 of which were greater than 10 million. Compared to the second quarter, there were 62 deals over $1 million. This is the revenue guidance over here, so on and so forth. However, guys, we have 66 deals of at least $1 million. To compare, in third quarter, we had 54 deals over $1 million, of which 33 were greater than $5 million, of which 30 were above $5 million, and 18 above $10 million, of which 18 were greater than $10 million. Where I'm going with this is I understand Palantir is not growing as they're supposed to. I understand that Palantir is slowing down. I understand all of that. But at the same time, Palantir reached GAAP profitability 2 years early. Palantir still has massive deals. Palantir launched a brand new platform. Palantir has the NHS contract to look forward to. Palantir has the Titan contract to look forward to. Palantir has the S&P 500 inclusion to look forward to. Palantir is an absolute beast. And at that time, Palantir had around $2 billion worth of cash on hand. Right now, Palantir has $3.1 billion, if I'm not mistaken, cash on hand, a $950 million credit line. They're at the forefront of artificial intelligence. It's not fair, and nobody cares about fair, but definitely something is weird that Morgan Stanley is praising and bigging up Palantir like crazy in the first report, and they give a bear case scenario, but in this second report, what happened to that bear case scenario? All of a sudden, the bear case scenario goes from $11 to $4. Did Palantir really shrink? Did Palantir subside? No, Palantir is still growing. It's just growing at a slower pace. And to say that Palantir is worth $4 in a bear case scenario is absolutely freaking ridiculous. To say that Palantir is even worth $9 is absolutely ridiculous. To be quite honest, I think Palantir is approximately fairly valued in the teens. I believe that at $20, Palantir was overvalued. I believe that at $10, Palantir was undervalued. I believe right now that around $15, Palantir is fairly valued, plus or minus a couple of bucks. Whether it's 14, 15, 16, or 17, I think Palantir would be fairly valued. Palantir absolutely has some big shoes to grow into, but the shoes are right in front of them. And it's not like Palantir has no ability to grow. Palantir is growing right before our eyes. They have a brand new platform in the hottest market right now when it comes to artificial intelligence. And it's not that you're just talking shit about artificial intelligence like some companies, specifically Snowflake and C3 AI. They are actually putting on demos. They are actually putting on conventions. They actually have customers that are showcasing the use of AIP. So yes, Palantir is not growing as much as they said they would and the projected numbers. However, Palantir still very much is growing, and they're expanding their products and they're expanding their offerings. I, for one, am super happy to be part of the Palantir community, and I am so excited to see what's going to happen. And I'm even more excited to see what Morgan Stanley is going to come out with in 2025 with their next report. I wonder what those numbers are going to look like. But more importantly, I cannot wait for a couple of more months when they file their next 13F. I have a feeling that they're going to be owning more than 20 million Palantir shares. Guys, enjoy the rest of the weekend. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.